everybody, it's Chris from the Evermore podcast, Newcastle podcast, and the Evermore YouTube channel. Back with another Rumour Has It video. We were looking at players linked to the club over the summer, and we're talking about strikers again. The search for the striker continues. So there's plenty of players being linked. Obviously, after we reportedly pulled away from the Alexander Isak deal, too expensive, and even the Moussa Diaby deal, again, looking to be too expensive. So there's a few more names being linked in the media. We have got one to get stuck into in a minute. It's a player who has been linked to us in the past, then he went a bit quiet, and now he's come back again. So we're going to have a look at this, and we're going to look at some of his stats in isolation as well. But just before I do a little bit of housekeeping, if you haven't already, please click that like and subscribe button. We're over 1,300 subscribers now. Would love you to get us up to 1,500 and then hopefully 2,000. That's another milestone for us. Loads of content coming, as you can see, loads of Rumour videos talking about players linked to the club, players that have been linked in the media, then maybe even some players that have been linked by the fans over the summer. And obviously, we've been having a few specials, some podcasts, and we're going to be back with a proper podcast every week when the season kicks off, which is going to be round the corner. I've just done a match review from the first pre-season tour game of Austria as well. So we've got loads of content coming. So keep it with Evermore, guys, and we'll have your Newcastle United fix hopefully covered for you. So without further ado, let's get stuck into this player. So the player I'm talking about is, of course, Duvan Zapata, which is a big man, the lynch man likes. He has done for some time. So you'll probably remember Zapata from obviously playing for Atalanta and scoring against Manchester United in the Champions League, I believe it was. Tidy player, fast, strong, good at running with the ball. No spring chicken now, 31 years old. Got an unbelievable record for Atalanta in terms of his total games. I believe he's got 66 and 126, so it's a pretty good goal return. But he has started to dry up recently. And last season, he got 10 in 24 in Serie A. And all in all competitions across the board, he got 13 and 32. So still not a completely stinking strike rate as a striker. It's not too bad, really, when you look at it. But just looking at some of his key strength areas, as Mark's highlighted, his finishing, his passing. As Mark said, that he's already 31, which is not a good thing. And the sell-on value will be next to zero, really. But if you look at his greens, these are his stats per 90 minutes across top 5 leagues in Europe. You can see there the goals, 0.51 goals per 90 minutes. He's in the 76th percentile. Assists is very important. He's 0.27. He's in the 90th percentile. He does like to set up his teammates as well, not like Callum Wilson does, who's more of a goal scorer, as you can see from the huge radar engulfing there of the blue from Zapata compared to Wilson. In terms of shots as well, he's 4 and a bit shots a game, so 97 percentile. Shots on target, a little bit lower than that. He's in the 54 percentile. So he has a lot of shots, but not many on target. So he's a very disruptive player. He does cause some trouble. And I think, if he could set up Wilson, potentially if he's playing in the front two, or even a Bruno or a Maxi or something like that, he could be a real good asset to the squad. Dribbling, he likes to dribble as well. His pass completion isn't too bad. And his key passes as well is very important. He's nearly 2 key passes a game. You can see from his heat map there, he's a really busy player in and around the box, dropping deep as well, pulling defenders out of position. So he is a very disruptive player, and I think it's a player that he could very well do a good job for us. But at 31 years old, it's obviously not ideal. We've gone from Hugo Ekitike, the next Mbappe, to Zapata, who's possibly going to be retired in the next 3 to 4 years. But desperate times kind of call for desperate measures, really. And the article that we've been looking at for Zapata, I'm just going to pull it up here for you. So we've seen in the Northern Echo. So just looking there, obviously, in terms of the player, talking about this, so it's by Scott Wilson, just going through some of the key points here. Obviously, initially we were looking for him in January, and we were quoted an £8 million loan fee with potential 35 million quid, which is a lot of money for a lad of that age. I don't particularly think Newcastle wanted to pay that, especially when they had the sights on Hugo Ekitike. So we ended up signing Chris Wood instead for 25 million quid. And now the jury's still out on Chris Wood. Obviously, he probably doesn't offer as much as Zapata does do in terms of those particular statistics. But just looking down there, he didn't have a great back end of the season. And the rumour goes that Atalanta apparently offered him as part of the deal with Inter Milan to try and get Andrea Pinamonti, but then the club talks broke down. So it looks like he is a bit surplus to requirements. So they're saying that there's a chance Newcastle could seal a deal for about 20 million quid for Zapata at 31 years old. It is a hefty price to pay for a striker, but we're kind of in that position now where we're a little bit desperate, without sounding too hyperbolic. I just think that we need goals in the team. We need someone who can attack. We need somebody who can obviously be a threat when Callum Wilson isn't fit, and can also push him for that position and could maybe even play alongside him as a strike partner. I think Zapata ticks all those boxes, to be fair. I think he is a good player. Maybe a change of scenery will do him good as well. If we've got a 30-year-old Callum Wilson and a 31-year-old Zapata, what we're going to have there is experience, and we're going to have players who know what positions to take up, who know what runs to make, who know how to get goals. And, potentially that could give us that firepower for next season. And then if we finish in a good position, maybe even European football, we might be able to entice a younger striker who can, invariably take over from Callum Wilson. The Isaac deal's an interesting one. I think only 6 goals in La Liga last season is a big gamble by Sociedad. If they can get 40 million quid for him, I'd sell him. But I don't think they're going to do that. And at 22, his ceiling's a lot higher than his Zapata. So I think 40 million quid on Isaac would be good business, because I think he would become a better player. He would rediscover his goal scoring touch, and we'd see the better years of him. But obviously, the Sociedad don't want to sell. They're digging their heels in. So if we start sniffing around a player like Zapata and he's available for 20 million quid, it's probably not a bad bit of business in all fairness. Is he better than Chris Wood? In my opinion, yes, he is. So 5 million quid less, kind of round about the same age. There's not particularly many hairs to split there between the two, but we are in this position now where we are quite desperate for a centre forward as backup to Wilson, or to push Wilson for that position. So yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comments below, if you think that Zapata would be a decent addition to the squad, or whether you think we should look a little bit younger. We're still very much interested in Broja from Chelsea. I think that is good business, because you can get him on loan. He looks a threat. He did quite well for Southampton. He's a nifty player. He's got pace. He's got ability. He can get in behind. He can get a goal. And I don't think he would be overly bothered about being in and out the side. He wouldn't be expecting a starting berth. So I think that could be a really good bit of business for us. And if he did really well, he might want to come and join us, on a permanent in the summer, like Matty Targett did from his loan deal with Villa. So it'd be interesting to see how we get on. But yeah, Zapata could be a very viable option. But as I said, let us know what you think in the comments below, guys. We'd love to hear from you guys, and we always do our best to reply to as many as we can. As I mentioned at the start, if you haven't already, please click that like and subscribe button as well. It really help the channel grow, help us bring loads more content like this to you. We're going to be back with another What's Going On Monday night. Me and Mark will be talking about a little bit of the fallout from the games that were played obviously today and Monday, and just a little bit of a transfer update as well, just a general crack. So we're on live at 10 o'clock. We'd love you to join us. Until then, this is Chris signing off. Let's keep supporting that team of United. We'll be back with another transfer video soon. We'll catch you later. Cheers.